Right there of TF2 pubs. Welcome back to Tip of the Hats. I'm Geta, and we're getting ready now for our community pub section. A favorite of mine, anyways. I've gotten to do it for the past few years in a row. We have a couch full of friends and maybe some enemies. No, just friends. We have Jazz Butts here who joins us on the couch. We have Uberchain, and we have Geel9. Am I saying that right?
Nope, wrong.
Geel9.
You know it.
He got rid of the 9 as well, actually.
True.
Yeah. He bought it out from the first 8 guys that had it. Yeah. So welcome, guys, to the couch. How y'all doing? Is this your first time on the couch?
Yes,
Have you guys been on the couch already?
I haven't.
No.
I haven't either. We're all
noobs.
We're all couch noobs.
Noob. Tell us how it feels. It's a nice couch, eh? Real leather.
It is. Are you sure it's real?
It's real.
Well, leather's murder.
Don't do this to me, Geel.
Oh.
So we have the community pubs, and people are saying, "What is that?" Well, we're going to find out. First things first. We have gamers, though. Hi, gamers. We have a noob over here on the gamer thing as well. Look at that guy there. Who's that? Now, who's that? The guy, look to your right in the camera, the guy with the plaid shirt. Who is that?
Hi.
Some people know who it is. It's Scott Jaw. Can we hear him?
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. I can see
Say
you.
hi. You have a camera there, too. Look, to your right with the red light. It means it's on.
Scary.
Wyatt. Hi. Go ahead and put that headset right on your head there, actually.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
He's new. We'll get a new soldier. But how you doing, Scott Jaw? You're a local. You live in California, and we're pleased you're able to come and join us.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah.
I never gave Aaron my Steam ID, so I can't get into the
Oh,
server.
you can't get into the pub. So viewers, if you're upset that you can't get into the pub, friggin' Scott Jaw can't even get in. He's here sitting next to Mela. So you know,
You connect.
if that makes you feel better. And who we have on the other side? We got an Uncle Dane and an Aaron.
Hello.
And Uncle Dane, you're a local too, and you're friends with Scott Jaw, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Your
guess.
buddies.
Not as local as Scotch. I live a little bit farther north than he does, but yeah.
Are you
we're
buddies
all-
or friends?
We're all we're buddies and friends. You know. we're
Okay,
both.
yeah, cool. And
We're Cali
Aaron.
boys.
So, so you guys are there in the pub, and so what's going to happen is we're going to be joined by a whole bunch of people that are in on this pub with us that represent various sites and services and stuff like that. And actually, we're starting. Let's see. We're starting first off with actually marketplace/scraptf/backpack.tf. Geel has stuff to do with that, but also we have his compatriot, his friend and partner in crime, Jesse Carr.
All legal.
All legal. Jesse Carr, are you with us? Is the Carr part of the name still? He's just in there as Jesse. Hello, do we have Jesse with us? We'll get Jesse in a second. But how's he do? He's a pyromane, it looks like, Geel, or what?
Yeah, he hasn't seen the light. You know, I used to be a pyromane too. but,
Really?
Yeah, and then I got good.
He got good. GG. So when we have Jesse, we'll get him to pipe in. So now, this is a new thing, and we've had you talk about the sites in the past, Geel. Backpack.tf, easy for me to say, is a new thing for you. This is a site that existed in the past, but now it is a Geel and Jesse Carr joint. Jesse, are you there? Are you with us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey, here we go. We got it. Geel was just giving you some guff for being a pyromane. Is that normal, or?
Wow. I haven't actually played in a while, and I used to play Pyro a lot, so
The degreaser,
what
yeah.
I'm doing now.
The degreaser used to be the old hotness, but and the axe extinguisher, but they, it's they nerfed it all to hell now. It's not as good. Try some different things. Oh, well, you got the scorch shot though. See, he knows what he's doing.
I just like staying in the back and picking off people with the scorch shot.
Being picked off, it seems.
Troll snipers, I guess. Is the Carr not a part of your name now? It's just Jesse only. I mean, your nickname, your internet handle. I mean.
Yeah, the car is actually part of my
Part of your
last
name, yeah. But it also
Yeah.
sounds like just like a car, like it's a type of vehicle.
Yep, putt-putt. That's what's named after.
But anyway, I was just talking about how backpack.tf was a brand new thing. So, I mean, do one of you want to, maybe Jill, I would guess, want to tell us sort of what happened there, that it was acquired, I guess?
Yeah. So
Sure, go ahead.
Brad Pitt, the real Brad Pitt, approached me after one of his Hollywood premieres and said, I'm selling backpack.tf.
No. The guy, well, we had on a past Tip of the Hats, we had Brad Pitt. That's the guy's internet name. That's his handle. We had a fun time with it, but he was the guy from backpack.tf, not the actor. Jill.
Well, he's acted at times.
Okay.
So, yeah, he approached us and he said, hey, I'm selling backpack.tf. Are you guys interested? And I was like, heck yes. And
Whoa.
so we bought it, and now we own it. And we immediately turned it into a corrupt hellhole of cronery. And now it is what it is
What are
today.
you talking about? When, what?
You can't just lie on stream like that, Jill.
Come on, that's fibs. This
Yeah,
guy's
tell us the real story.
this guy's
Expand
real.
upon that.
Yeah, this guy's real. He gets real excited and pleased with himself when he's here on the couch. No, but Justy, I mean, jokes aside, I mean, it's Backpack was a pretty well-known website and well-used. I mean, I've used it for years and whatnot. Was it a big project to take it on? Because I know you do a lot of the coding side as well yourself. And was it a big, daunting kind of task, or what was it like, sort of, with the changeover, or was it super simple?
It was pretty simple, really. They had their own staff. They've had staff for a long time, and a coder, Fisky, that's been working with them for a while too. So we just basically took them over, and they've been great running the site.
Cool. And I guess just to, for people who are maybe totally clueless, who have no idea, what are these things? They're like, oh, well, Getawell says Backpack, it's great. I don't know what it is. Well, I mean, we could do in order. So marketplace.tf is cheaper than the Steam market, as everyone knows by now. But Marketplace is a
holds.
place where you can go and buy items with real money. Anything your heart can desire, unusuals or Australians, rare kind of collector's items and things, even down to just small regular hats or keys or whatever, which appeals to a lot of people. I always think it appeals sort of to like the older gamers who have like a credit card or a thing, and they don't want to like grind it out and craft metal together. They might just want to buy a couple things outright,
Sure, it appeals to all sorts of people, as well as even if you don't have a credit card. I mean, you can go on, you can sell your item, and somebody can buy it,
Yeah.
and then you can use that
That's
credit.
the cool thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
new. That wasn't a thing last year when we did this.
Nope.
Anyone can go sell now, and you can sell your unusuals or your keys or your whatevers. So that's a cool thing. Scrap.tf has been around a lot longer, and Scrap.tf is sort of more, there's a lot of things on there, but it's, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as being the
Describe it in a realistic way.
In a realistic way?
Describe it in a non-marketing way.
All right, sure. It's a website where you
Best
go and
things
you.
ever happened to TF2.
No,
Exactly.
Jesse. No, Jesse. Best thing that happened to TF2 was, I don't know.
Get a whale.
No. But no, you can go. You have your items. You can get items if you want them. If you have hats that you want to get, there's hat bank. There's bots that have all these hats and all these strange weapons, unusuals, CS:GO skins now as well.
Sure.
That you can give or take. I guess you can buy it with, say, like keys or metal or whatnot.
Or other skins, yeah.
Yeah, it's I guess similar in a way to Marketplace, except instead of real money or credit cards, you're using in-game currency,
Yeah.
keys and metal and
Yeah,
other
yeah.
things. Yeah. And then Backpack.tf is a well, there's a lot of things you can do on there as well. The main feature, I guess, of the site is you can look at your backpack and figure out the price and the value of things. So if you've just uncrated a crazy, unusual or weapon or something, you don't know how much it's worth, you can very easily go on Backpack.tf, see the value of everything you have. And there are classifieds and other things on there as well. And there's forums on all these and chats and stuff like that. Fun stuff, yeah. Are there any other things that you guys wanted to touch on or mention from any of those three sites before we move on to the next people? People should just go and check them all out. These are all sites that people really, if you play the game at all, you should at least go and check out. There's really useful features, especially on Scrap.tf, I think. But is there anything else that you guys wanted to touch on or mention about all that?
Scrap has always been great for new players, especially because back in the days before Scrap, everyone used to get weapons through weapon backing in trade servers, and our goal with that was to make it so it's an even trade instead of the old scrap bankers would charge two, which would make profit on it.
It's
so
a big premium,
we
yeah.
don't make profit over it.
That's the cool
Yeah.
thing, yeah. I can remember the days before scrap. They were dark days, but now you go and there's you get the exact value of whatever, and if you get, say you get a hat, you find a hat drop in game and you don't like it or it's a duplicate, you can just pop it in the bot and take something else out that you like better. And I've done that a ton of times myself.
Exactly, yeah. And one of the things we're really excited about with the backpack acquisition is that now we kind of have all of the major facets of trading, and we have all the data behind it, so we can do a lot of cool things. So for example, TotH has a lot of data on the Steam community market and all the sales that happen. I think we have more than 500 million data points that we scrape from it. And so we can help use that on Backpack to determine the Steam community market prices of items, as well as, Backpack can now use marketplace.tf data and determine marketplace prices of items. And on the other side, marketplace can use backpack.tf data, and they can all just interrelate and make the whole experience a lot better. And we're really excited to really get those features out.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm into that. And the players, I'm sure, all agree as well. Well, listen, we're not going to spend any more time letting this this genius over here on our couch sell his, peddle his wares, I absolutely. Just say one last time, you should check those all out, especially if you haven't checked out Marketplace before. Backpack and Scrap are all great. But we've got a lot of stuff to cover. So thank you, Jesse, for being here, and we'll be playing with you in the pub. And thanks for being a part of it again.
Sure, no problem. Always glad to help and for the kids.
For the kids. Thank you. So coming up next, we're going to be talking about jumping. We're going to be covering TF2 RJ Weekly and Jump.tf, and Jump Academy, and Tempest. We have two people, actually, that are playing in the pub, I believe, with us as well. They are Nick and Fishy. So Nick is an editor, and Fishy is one of the Jump segment coordinators and a friend of mine, someone I know from my stream. They'll be. Are they with us now, or they'll be with us in a second? Hello?
Hello, we're here.
Hey! So we have... Can you say your names so that we can know which voice is which?
My name is Fishy.
I am Nick.
Hey, boys. You sound exactly the same. I'm glad. Can one of you do like a Mickey Mouse voice or something? I'm Fishy!
Oh, please don't do the Mickey Mouse.
So, hey, welcome, guys. So, when I say that you represent Jump, as we said, there's a bunch of parts of that. TF2 RJ Weekly and Jump.tf and Jump Academy and Tempest. So I guess the first open question for either of you is, can you tell us what is the difference of between all those things? What are each of those things? How are they different?
Right. So, it's sort of like a family tree, right? Jump.tf would be the hub for, everything Jump. And Jump Academy would be, the starting point for learning how to jump. And then Tempest is sort of the competitive scene for jumping.
Mm-hmm.
So,
TF2 RJ Weekly is the first one then, and that gets into the video aspect, which is kind of Nick's wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's I'd say RJ Weekly is kind of like a showcase of the top skill of jumping, and I'd say it's probably a goal for, or at least getting featured on the channel. It could be a bit of a goal for somebody who really takes jumping seriously.
Sure. So for some of these jumpers that are working on not necessarily world records, but I guess just impressive feats or impressive runs or sometimes records, they.
Well, actually,
what's that?
all of our runs actually are world record.
Oh.
RJ Weekly.
Okay, I didn't know that. So there you go. Sorry, just to hop in here, we're now on the train saw laser level in the pub. Everyone's favorite. Down goes the Fishy there. So that all makes sense. And so a lot of people are always asking, what do I do if... Here's something that I hear a lot I stream TF2 a lot, and I played the game for 10 years, and I could never rocket jump, not ever. I did the little crappy pencil jumps, but I looked at jumping as just this crazy thing, and I was like, I could never do that. But then on stream, I just started, somebody gave me servers and places I could go, and I just started practicing. And with practice, you can kind of pick it up. But people always say, when they see me jumping, they say, I can't do that. How do you do that? What do I do? But there's more resources now than there ever have been that to help you sort of jump. People learning to jump in 2008, there wasn't such thing as Jump Academy or Jump TF. So if people want to learn, is Jump.tf the best place for them to go and start, or what advice would you guys give them?
I would say Jump Academy is great for learning fundamentals, just learning like the basics of jump. And then I would say, and when I say Jump Academy, I mean the Jump Academy map specifically.
Yep.
And then once you've gotten some of the fundamentals down there, it's really good to put it into use on servers like Tempest or the Jump Academy rotation servers, or even jump servers like ECJ and RNC if that's still around.
Yeah, what I like about Tempest actually is that they have the timing system, and so when I was learning, it took me a while before I could finish a jump map. It took me a long while, but once you can finish a map, it keeps track of your personal bests and your times, and you can always try to like improve and beat your own times, and then kind of climb up the leaderboard as you get better and better. So that's what I like about it, is that you can sort of qualify, how good you're getting, and you can see your improvements in that. But I guess, yeah, Jump TF, the big starting point for it all. And guys, we're excited because, the jump section is coming up later on in our marathon, and that's always a big deal. People will really like that a lot. So I guess even if people don't know how to jump, they should come and watch that, because you guys always put on a heck of a
We've
show.
got some cool stuff planned.
Yeah,
too.
we got some surprises in store.
I got hit by it.
Oh, some surprises. Well, is there anything else that you guys wanted to mention or shout out or do before we move on then to some other people?
I think we covered most of it.
Yeah, just check TF2 Weekly and Jump Academy.
Cool.
Yep, jumpacademy.tf if you want to find our website.
Jumpacademy.tf. All right. I'm going to hit the gong because we just had a big old donation, but thank you, boys, for joining us, and we'll take a second before we move on. Do you want to do one, Jazz? Hit us with a bonger.
Do it.
Harder than that. Don't be a baby.
Oh, please.
Just
There you
keep
go.
hitting it until he tells you
Give
to
it a big
stop.
loud smash. There you go. It was from our friend. Okay, now you can stop.
There you go.
It was from our friend
Good
Julander. Whoa, I dropped it on the floor.
That's a GG.
It was from, let me just cover that donation. I don't know if I assume we'll get a message for it. Try to cover that before, we'll get it in a minute. Maybe we'll get it after the next little piece here. We're going to be moving on to talk about now surfing. And these are two sort of game modes. Jumping and surfing are two game modes that don't sort of come with vanilla TF2 when you download it right on Steam, but people have created plugins and servers, and they're fun as heck. They're fun game modes. We have Blocks and Flamboyant Faustino from the Resurfed community. Are you there, boys? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Oh, how
Hello?
are you doing?
We got them. We're doing fantastic, and so we just got done talking about jump right before this, and as I said, surf is another one of those things where it's a skill. It takes a little bit of, I guess, learning, a bit of a learning curve, but once you do it, it's a really neat mode. It's very different from, the FPS kind of shooter thing. It's very relaxing. I'll let you guys kind of have the floor. You don't need to talk about, the dictionary definition of what surfing is, but what did you guys want to touch on and discuss and talk about? I'll let you guys have at it. So, what is Resurfed, I guess, first of all? Maybe that's a good starter.
So, Resurfed is a surfing community, and it's been around for about 4 years now, maybe a little less than that. But before that, it was actually Surf It. Maybe you know about that.
Yep.
And that was run by Clanana, I think.
Yep.
And then recently in 2014 when Resurfed came, it was Tordana that actually hosted it. And then around 2015, the Deathly took over, and then he's the current owner now.
Mm-hmm. And so, for people, if they actually want to see surf, that's actually coming up later on today. It's scheduled for 4 o'clock local time here, Pacific time. And that'll be with Kurt and a lot of surf people. But, if we were just talking about how, the learning curve for jump is, I would say, a lot harder. And surf is more of a relaxing thing. But I think surf is easily a lot easier to learn and just sort of jump right into than jump. Wouldn't you say for any kind of player, it's very easy to just sort of get into and do at a basic level, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, like surf is, yeah, it's pretty much, it's one of those things that's pretty, easy to pick up, but kind of hard to master.
Sure.
Like, there's really easy maps, that you can kind of play on and kind of improve your skills and everything. And, they have a lot of forgiveness. And then, of course, like in jumping, it gets up to the really technical stuff where it's, requires a lot of hours and a lot of dedication to beat some of the really harder maps. But definitely a lot of people can pick up surf, like, anytime. It gives me a really practical thing too.
So if people are interested and they say that they've, what the hell, I've never heard of this, what kind of resources are there for them to go and check out to sort of get that very basic, fundamental kind of intro? What kind of things can they do?
Honestly, if you just look up, surfing tutorial on YouTube, you can find there's a specific video, Streeby made it, and that's just like pretty much all you need to get into the basics of it. But there's a lot of other tutorials that people have made, and you can also really just go onto a server on Resurfed, and you can actually look at, we have surfing bots, and you can check, the records for the maps, and you can kind of see how they do the map, or, specific things they would do.
Yeah, sorry. One of the characters on the server just said some bad words. I don't know what that was all about. You don't do a lot of surfing on this train style laser map, huh? Blocks? Oh, you both got wrecked there at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know what this map is at all.
Not a surf map by any means. But yeah, while you can certainly just go on a server and figure it out, press press A or D or whatever. Yeah, there's great YouTube videos and a lot of resources as well. And another, oh my God!
How did you do
we
that?
had a
You were right here.
$5,000 donation. Jill was sitting here on the couch, but somehow helped donate. I dropped my gong drum thing on the floor. While I reach for that, let me say thank you, boys. Thank you for telling us about the Resurfed community. And again, if people want to find out about it, it's easy to find. I mean, you can get on Google and look up Resurfed. You'll find that easily. You can look up TF2 Surf. People know how to use a search engine these days, right? I hope. But no, thank you absolutely, guys, for joining us. And we look forward to the surf section on our event later on today.
Yes, see you guys then.
Thank you. Take care. Let me hit that gong, baby. Nothing happened here.
What have you done, Jesse? This is his fault.
Jesse broke the world.
Here, take this for now.
One of the things Jesse likes to do is he just likes to take the money that we earn.
I'm gonna go ahead and just pick
give
it up
to
off
kids.
the floor. I got too excited. There we have it.
Is it broken? Is it okay?
No, it's a gong. They're made to last.
Are they really, though?
I lost audio in my right ear, but that's minor. Are we all okay, production? Okay. So, now what we have is more people, different people. By the way, we had a message for that donation from Jewlander. I don't know what it did to my box, but hey, that's life, I guess. It's my own fault. Donated, quote, a metric butt ton of keys and 7 unusuals, did Jewlander. Said I wasn't going to make a no mercy pun this year, oh boy. But we both know that isn't going to happen. Sad I didn't make it down to Cali for the actual event this year. There's always next year. Let's all do the pretty good thing and donate for the kids. Thank you, Jewlander, for that. And we'll wait on a message from what was certainly Jesse. Here we go. Shout out to the Scrap.tf chat and raffle communities. And that's from Jill somehow and Jesse.
All me?
All you?
All me.
Really?
It's ruined our set.
I put his name in there to be polite, but I was doing it the whole thing.
You're going to get his resignation letter tomorrow morning.
We're gonna get now some mappers. We've got Freya and we've got Crash. Are you with us, boys?
Yeah.
Hey guys, I destroyed our set here. I got too excited from a big, a big donation. So we got Freya, we got Crash, and we talk a lot about content creators in TF2, and we mentioned this yesterday just sort of in passing, but the mappers are perhaps the hardest workers. Map creating is maybe, in my opinion, one of the hardest kind of skills to master. There's so much to know, and you guys are geniuses. So high, and one of you made this map, the train saw laser.
Yeah.
That's Crash. Yeah. So you're in
Yeah,
your
great.
stomping
I'm sorry.
grounds here. Yeah, he's sorry. He doesn't mean it.
I don't.
But no, thank you guys for joining us. So you're covering TF2 maps. So can you tell us what is TF2 maps? That's for either of you.
TF2 Maps is basically the one-stop shop for everything TF2 mapping. If you want to learn how to map, if you want to get your maps promoted, if you want to get them tested, played, if you already know how to map, you're a long-time level designer, and you just want to dabble in the TF2 engine, we're the place to go to get your project actually tested and into the hands of players and seen.
Okay. So, and I mean, I've been there before. There's a lot that goes on at TF2 Maps. I mean, there's the forums, which is kind of the main thing, but you have these contests periodically as well. And somebody mentioned yesterday we were playing, I think, we were playing your map, I think, Freya. That was, I forget what it was called, the Hot Spring one. Was that yours or
Sulfur?
Sulfur, yeah, that was yours, right?
Sulfur, yes. Yes, that was mine. That was the Dynamic CP contest, which was, 2 years ago now.
Yeah, well, that's what they said, is that it was 2015, and I was like, I've never seen this. I assumed it was new. We were like, this is a cool map, and it was like 2015. We've never heard, and I'm trying to encourage people, you know, if you run servers. I know community servers aren't doing that great these days, but it was a great map. We had great fun. It looked beautiful. So, I mean, do you take part in those contests still actively, Freya, or are you more or less active with mapping these days?
Oh no, I still take part in the contest. In fact, the one that just finished, I actually won.
Oh! What was it? What were the details of the contest?
That was an MVM contest with in collaboration with Potato MVM Group.
Okay.
And it was just make an MVM map essentially.
I've seen it. It's
Uberchain has seen it.
I think it's the Japanese themed one.
Is it the
has
Japanese themed one?
It's in an urban sort of part of Japan.
Okay.
I actually made 2 maps for the contest.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Long I might have seen one of the maps. I've seen
one that won was in fact Sequoia, the one with the big trees. I don't know if you've seen that.
It was really nice. Yeah.
Cool. Sequoia is a really gorgeous map too. I decided I wanted to take one of my older maps and retheme it based on seeing Sequoia. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that theme.
Nice.
Freya's made some really pretty maps. She was the one behind the Sweden, which was later on accepted into team, and we used it a lot during Tip of the Hats for the old days. It's a very pretty map.
Sweden is my favorite map from Gunmetal, was it? Or Tough Break?
I think it was added during.
I'm actually really excited because Freya is probably one of my favorite detailers in maps, and we're working together, collaborating on Shore Leave. You guys remember when the Frontline stuff came out? We were working on Shore Leave. We had it the gameplay set up, but not the detailing. And then Freya's had it since then, and she had some medical issues in the meantime that kind of delayed her getting to work on it. But it's full underway, and it's looking really
Is Freya
cool.
okay now?
Yeah, you're doing better, Freya?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Health is important. And so, you know, what would you want people to know about mapping, I guess? If you could tell people that have no idea about it, I guess if there's something you want people to know, what would that be? Or if you want to just send them to the site, I guess, we'll have at it.
It's not as hard as it seems. It's a lot of work, and it's got kind of a steep learning curve, but once you get the basics done, and you learn the initial quirks of the source engine, it's just a ton of fun. You're making this really cool environment. It's like this thing that just came from your brain, and all of a sudden you have a full server of 24 people running around and interacting with it. It's probably one of the coolest feelings. It's not as easy as certain other. I don't want to disparage other community creators, but it's difficult, but I think it's the most rewarding because with item creators and stuff like that, you don't really get to see people necessarily using it unless it gets picked up in game. But with mappers, we can test them on the servers. We can have a full server full of people, and you can see it firsthand right there happening.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and I fully invite everybody to join us.
Yeah, what's the best way to... Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Freya.
Actually, I think I was about to answer your question. We actually have a very regular game days and impromptu tests and we get through the maps that are submitted. Even if you're brand new and you submit your map, we have a bot that handles a queue and can get your map tested within a few days of submission, really, usually.
So how do people get in on this? Like, is there like a Steam group or a Discord or something, or is it just on the forums, or what's the best way for people to get in on that? To play them?
All of the above.
Actually.
Yeah. If you go to tf2maps.net and you go to the front page, there's a little box on the right-hand side. It's got all of our servers. It's got the Discord group. It's got the Steam group. We send announcements on the Steam group. We kind of organize through the Steam chat and the Discord chat. And even if you aren't interested in making maps, you can come help us test.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to play the maps because you get previews and you can even give feedback sometimes, which will be taken into account, which is what I really like. And I always like playing new maps because I love Badwater, I love Upward, but it's like I can't play it for 8 hours a day for the rest of my life. You know, I need to mix it up. As good as they are,
but I'd like to
gotta play
also
other stuff too. You know, you need variety in your life.
Both Crash and my maps, Region, Moonshine. What else have you got in game, Crash?
Probed. I made Probed.
Yes.
Or Pro Bad, as I like to call it.
Pro Bad.
Yeah, Pro Bad.
Tested and iterated on our servers. So.
Yeah. Cool. Well, so that's what people can do if they want to go, if they want to get into mapping, and there are resources, I guess, to help, and people that can help. Or if you want to just play the new maps, tf2maps.net. Any other shout-outs before we move on, guys?
You guys should check out all the cool Halloween maps that are coming out. There's a lot of stuff getting worked on. I know Void has got some cool stuff. Slasher, which I know was a big popular one last year, he was starting to work on. I'm working on Spooky Ridge, which was Stony Ridge event, which is like a really, really old custom map that was one of my first ones that I worked on. And I'm kind of giving it a new art pass. So you guys check out all that stuff coming up.
Cool. Yeah, guys, go and do that. Well, thank you both. Thank you, Crash, and thank you, Freya, for providing us the cool content, and also for coming and joining us here on the pub in this wacky map. And I'm sure people will come check you out.
Thank you. The health issue that you mentioned earlier was actually cancer, so this is quite a
hey, why are you running away from me?
sensitive personal topic.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, hey, listen, I'm a survivor myself as well, so go team. We're happy to know that you came through it, and it really does hit home. I mean, it is something that will affect all of us in our lives at some point, whether it's ourselves or a very close family member or friend or whatnot. So just a reminder of what we're all here for. But we're glad that you're doing better and doing well, and we thank you for joining us this year, and hopefully we'll see you again in future events.
Definitely.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay.
What are these sounds I'm hearing on the map? Okay, so coming up next, we're going to sort of the competitive side of things. We actually have somebody here representing ETF2L named Aoshi, right? Hello?
Hello, yes.
When I met him at I-61, I was made clear it's not Aoshi, it's Aoshi. Am I saying it right? Close?
I kind of stopped caring after hearing so many different pronunciations, so I just take whatever.
But see, the real secret of how to pronounce someone's name is you get them to say it and then say it how they say it, and then you know it's right.
You never do that with me?
Gil 9. But yeah, it's good to have you, Aoshi. Thank you for joining us. And so you're here for ETF2L this year, which is the European TF2 League. So what do you want to tell us? Do you have a spiel prepared? Do you want to tell us what's new in the world? Feed it to us, my man.
So yeah, like you said, we're the European team for the TF2 League. We host events mainly specifically for the European competitive scene. We're currently running our 28th season of 6v6 this year.
It's crazy.
We run 3 6v6 seasons a year currently, and 3 Highlander seasons, and then have a bunch of cups spread out in between as well. Can be fun cups, can be competitive cups, ulti-duo, D-ball. kind of depends what admins want to run, as we're fully community driven. Everybody on our staff just runs it in their free time, does it when they have the chance to really do it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is like the, I believe, I don't know if it's the longest running league. It possibly is. I mean, it's been going forever. But another important thing, when people hear league, especially if they're newer to the game, they might think like, oh, well, I got to, this is a free league though. It's free.
Completely free. You can just go to the website, sign up, look for a team on our recruitment section, play in a season, just get to know some people, and have a great time with it.
Yeah, and at the top level, I know in the past there have been some prizes. Now, I mean, this isn't a thing where you're going to win $1 million or whatever, but, you know, there have been things like mouse pads and things like that. I don't know if you still have those same kind of sponsorships, but, you know, other than pride, sometimes there's little things to play for as well, right? Little tangible prizes at the top level at least.
We're currently looking for a sponsor again, but up until prior this year, or like start of the year somewhere, we had a sponsorship that allowed us to give €1,000 every season to the Premiership here.
That's pretty good.
And we had running for, I think, 3-4 years. So that was something we were really happy with and hope to restart again in the near future.
But yeah, I mean, it's important to know that even though it's a free league, I mean, this is the European league. And all of the players that you see, like, for example, in show matches or on stage in England at the I-61 event, I-Series that we just saw last month, this is the league that all of those players started in. They built their way up through the ranks and they made it to the top of the game. And so if people are looking, if they're anywhere in Europe, I guess, and they want to get into it, this is where they go, basically, right? And there's a little community kind of associated with it, too. Like, there's forums and things like that as well, right?
We have our forums. We even started running some newbie mixes in our Discord recently.
Cool.
I think a couple of months ago, seeing that we hosted a tournament specifically for new players.
Okay.
Shout out to the guy who is actually doing it, which is Dr. Happiness.
Okay.
Because he's doing some great work with it.
Cool.
Hasn't really gotten a lot of shout outs with an ETF for it yet, but I just wanted to give him that opportunity there.
Dr. Happiness.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, these newbie events like that, that's how I got into competitive TF2 in the North American side, and so that's how a lot of new players get into it. So if you're new and you're living in Europe, anywhere, this is all Europe. And I mean, and it includes Russia as well, I believe, right? What are what's the boundaries of what do you cover? Russia, all Scandinavia, certainly as well.
Yeah, generally everything that is within Europe and large chunks of Russia as well. Those players often have slightly higher pings, going from 80 to 100, but they generally just deal with it. And then we
even some Middle Eastern countries as well, right?
We still have Foreskins playing in high at this point. They're Israeli team.
Israel, yeah.
They have full Israeli lineup, as example.
Yeah. Because we know there's players all over the place. You might think that you're all alone living over there. For example, we had a donation yesterday from Nebraska who lives in Syria, and he said there are some Syrian TF2 players here that are doing our thing. So wherever you're from, if it's not Asia or North America or Australia, as we're about to discuss, you want to go check out ETF2L. Any last things you wanted to mention or bring up before we move on, Ayoshi?
Not particularly, just gonna give a quick shout out to my staff members for helping me with everything related to ETF2L, and a quick shout out to the Belgian national Highlander team for playing this earlier this year.
Nice, fantastic. Well, thank you for joining us and letting us know about that, and we will see you in the future, I guess. Take care.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
All right. So like I said, you know, ETF2L is great, but they don't cover Oz and Z. But you know who does? Oz Fortress. And so we're being joined. We're being joined by Obla. Am I saying that right? Hello, are you with us?
Hello, that is correct.
Obla, how are you doing? How is life? What time is it down there right now where you are?
It's 6:51. I woke up about like 3 minutes ago.
AM?
AM.
Oh
that is
my
correct.
goodness. We got this guy out of bed with messy hair to talk about the Oz Fortress League, but we're
Messy hair,
pleased.
bad breath.
Bad breath, yeah, everything, flicked, facial hair. We're happy that you could join us. Thank you so much for being here. And so, as we mentioned, there are leagues that cover all areas of the world, and you guys are sort of down there in the Pacific doing your thing. And I have a thing here that says ozfortress.com and warzone.ozfortress.com, and I don't know what that second one is. So can you tell us what that is and sort of get into the league a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm glad to be here. Oz Fortress covers competitive TF2, primarily in the sixes format, with other occasional formats like LTGO and whatnot. And what that second site is, it is our new site that's been in development for just over a year now. What happened was that we ran Oz Fortress since 2001 on a forum. Can you believe that? On a forum, like, or match threads, transfers is disgusting.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, we're like, we can't do this anymore. The scene is just too hard to handle. And we brought up a website which handles transfers, matches, teams, leagues, everything. So we're finalizing. We wanted to do this transfer, but migrating 16 years of forum threads is taking a very long time.
Yeah, yeah. I know that ETF2L had a similar thing years ago. They were run on WordPress, and it's not easy.
Oh, I think they still are, but yeah, nah, ETF2 runs great. I can't blame them. It's a lot of work.
Yep.
So once forums gets transferred, and I've been a little lazy about it, I'll admit. We can get the new site up and running, and we get the names changed.
That's cool. And I mean, it's a big scene down there. I mean, we even in North America and elsewhere around the world, we've gotten a little glimpse of it because there have been some fantastic teams that have come from down under. Jasmine T comes to mind, and Immunity, and there are a lot of gamers. I mean, I think everyone really knows this, but there are fraggers all over the world, if you want to call it that, right? And it's a pretty busy league, right?
Yeah, it's pretty busy. Our friends Woof Woof at Jasmine T. Yeah, we produce some pretty good teams. We're relatively small compared to NA and EU.
Sure.
We have approximately 35, 40 teams every season, but we maintain our team numbers. We don't really have a drop as EU and NA. I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying that we have a relatively stable community, and we keep our personality. We're small, but we keep it lovely.
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. And so what can people do? I suppose if they're down there, if they live in Australia or New Zealand or Pacific Islands, I would guess as well. Is it just a matter of going to the website and it's all kind of on there if they want to try to find a team or whatever, or what's the process? What kind of resources are there?
Yeah, so if you live anywhere remotely to Australia, so you could be in Asia, we've got Asia Fortress teams coming and playing in Oz Fortress.
Oh, cool.
Two complete leagues. But there's a slight networking issue right now where they're getting 300 teams. They chopped the line, Anyway. If you're anywhere remotely near Australia, come visit us at ozfortress.com. You might get a little lost. Try warzone.ozfortress.com as well. There's a big Discord widget on the right hand side. Click it, and you will join the whole community there. And there's a couple of channels which we can, guide you in, give you a couple bits of advice on finding a team, how the site works, how the league works. But just come join our Discord. We'll help you out with a great community, and come play. We got some one-night cups. We're kind of in the middle of the season right now, season 20. So.
Okay. But that's a good chance for people because they'll have time to sort of look for players and whatnot, and this is around the time that people start to look for teams, really.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you're new to competitive scene, you can get some tips on sixes and how the competitive scene works. And after the season ends, we're gonna run some fun cups. Some not so serious stuff to lighten up the mood. We've got Christmas. Probably run 2 or 3, most likely 2, and then we'll start the next season in the new year along with ETF2L and UGC and ESEA.
Cool, fantastic.
Warzone.ozfortress.com.
ozfortress.com or warzone.ozfortress.com. We know that we have people that watch this event from all over the world, so we know that people are going to go check you out if they're from below the equator. Anything else you wanted to call out or mention before we move on?
not so much. I just want to have a quick plug for our main cast group, TF Live, and I want to thank the Oz Fortress community for keeping us alive, because it's not the staff that keep it alive, it's the player base.
That's true. That's a good point. So thank you, players. Thank you, Obla. And yeah, check out TF Live if you want to watch some of this stuff. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you, go back to bed, but we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. Keep on donating, guys. It's a very good cause.
Absolutely. For the kids. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Moving right along. Any of you guys ever been to Australia?
No, never been.
Yeah,
Who
I have.
thought the Jasmine had?
We have close ties with the Australian teams to an extent. We
Yeah,
designed
yeah.
their skins for I-58.
Hey, their skins. There you go.
Their
That works.
retextures for the I-58 tournament.
They were also at Rewind as well.
They were also at Rewind, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a wolf written on the demo mans.
Woof woof. So the people that know the inside joke know it, and we're not going to go into it now.
Bork.
Bork. So coming up next, we have someone that's here to represent, just a whole bunch of stuff. And I don't know if they're with us right now in Discord. Guido.
Hello, I'm here. Hello.
This is Weedhoofed, whose first name is indeed Guido, and at I-61, I just loved saying Guido in that, sort of trying to emulate the accent. Welcome on board. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm fine, having a blast on custom maps.
Yeah, what map is this here now? I'm told that whatever the map this is, this was made by Void. What is the map called?
It's
Lazarus.
And it's apparently RC4.
I don't know if I've
already,
even seen this one
It's
before.
really
Looks gorgeous,
pretty.
though. Yeah.
It's really pretty, yeah.
Yeah, so we'd have the list of sites here and things you're representing is so friggin' long. We've got you're an RTF2 mod, which is Reddit. You're part of various tournaments. You wrote iSeries, as I just said. You're part of Critscast as well, and Decade.tf. I don't know if you wanted to maybe lead off with Decade, or what did you want to talk about? I'll let you do your thing.
Yeah, Decade TF is the main one. Like, TF2 turns 10 in 2 weeks, so we have to celebrate that. And as a TF2 community, we just have to. So I got involved recently for the streaming side of things, and then I took over, or was asked to help take over, and it's been growing ever since. We've been contacting loads of celebrities. We've been arranging schedules, pinning down Special Effect as a charity, which happened to have a 10-year anniversary at the end of September as well. So it just works out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrities? Who are you talking about? Who are the celebrities? Celebrities like Uncle Dane?
We haven't. I'm not sure if we've gotten in contact with him yet.
Oh, you should get. He's right here, right now.
Yeah,
He's
right there.
Contact
You
me.
can talk to him right now.
We should get.
Do it
yeah,
right
we
now.
should
We're
get
not doing
him.
anything.
What do you need me to do?
Oh yeah, well in 2 weeks, the 7th and the 8th of October, do we have time to get on the show? We're doing basically 3 segments. We're having a Australian segment first. We're having a European segment afterwards, and then we'll finish off with the Americans. It's basically 8 to 12 hours of just TF2, trying to summarize 10 years of TF2 content, creative maps, game modes, events, in 24 hours. It's going to be a tough task, and we're hoping we can pull it off with everyone who is involved, trying to make video. If more people want to get involved, like, oh, I've made something which is amazing and has to be shown, and was there since the start. We can use all the help we can get.
Like a beard. Dane grew a beard. That's something he made.
A beard?
I just like putting Uncle Dane on the spot.
Yeah.
I just
By
like-
line.
yeah.
Yeah, you made a beard.
in the in-game server.
No, I mean, I'm sure you guys can get in touch about that and figure it out. But no, I mean, it sounds cool because I've heard about the Decade.tf thing as well. And I guess most of the planning is underway right now. If people go to the site now, there's probably nothing there, I'd imagine. Is there?
The site should be released early next week.
Okay.
We'll hope to put the schedule up then as well. I'm not sure when a donation tracker goes live, but it makes no sense to have that live when Tip of the Hat is going on. So
Sure, of
we'll
course.
hold back on that.
Sure.
It's very considerate of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the main thing, Decade.tf. So I mean, people should start. Let's start getting that buzz going for that because that's coming up very soon. 10 years. Not a lot of games I know. What's that? We
have a Twitter. It's Decade TF2. Go follow that for more news and things. The Twitch will be plugged there. The website will be announced when it goes live. So that that's the place to go for info at the moment.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, check out their Twitter, the Decade Twitter, and I mean you're part of other things, but I mean I think a lot of people, people know about Reddit. They know there's an r/TF2. That's the main TF2 subreddit. Critscast, of course, is a podcast, and you're part of that as well. Is that still every Saturday that's done?
Yeah, the podcast is every Saturday, and recently it's been covering the ETXO finals for the Highlander.
Right, I've seen that on Twitch, right?
Yes, on Twitch.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Those are whenever they're scheduled, and then every Monday we will now have UGC European Highlander coverage as well.
Cool. So is the Twitch channel just Critscast?
Yeah, it's just Critscast.
Critscast with K and a K. Kritzkast. Actually, Z. They only say Z in the United States, but the rest of the world pretty much says Z. Do you say Z over there, Weedhoofed, or do you say Z?
I don't know. I think Z is like that's closest to my own language, Dutch.
Okay.
So that's
okay, gotcha. Well, Guido, anything else you want to mention before we move on?
Mike, stop.
What? He likes it. He liked it when I called him Guido, right? Can you?
Yeah,
I'm not being an idiot here.
One on I-61. I
only
really
one.
liked it. The pronunciation is so good.
Oh, you two are sweet.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, what else? I'll give you the last word here before we move on.
Shout out to TF Live. I was gonna segue in with the Australian connection. I do production for them as well.
Oh, okay.
So I have ties with Obla and Foslam and the amazing guys in Australia.
Cool. What a good dude. He's just offering his services. Don't spread yourself too thin, okay, Weedhoofed? You're part. You can be part of too many things. Don't beat yourself out, okay?
Right on Decade at the moment. That's taking up all my time, scheduling and wrangling people and making sure that actually is a good show.
Cool.
So yeah, you should check that out.
Well, once Tip of the Hats is over, I'm sure the Decade TF buzz will be in full blast. So guys, keep that in your mind. Maybe not the back, but maybe like the middle of your mind or something. Thank you, Weedhoofed, for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. In between, before we get here to a buddy of the couch members here, I knew that this map looked familiar, and this is really funny. Newspaper has been giving us map information all throughout the weekend. So Koth Lazarus, it's yet another map that is many years old. It was built in 2011 by Void as Tachyon. And that's so funny because I have played Tachyon, and I knew it looked similar to Tachyon, but it's been very changed. Tachyon used to be technically a dinosaur map, kind of, but there were no dinosaurs on it. But I guess they've reworked it now. It was massively, it was resurrected and massively rebuilt and restyled for the Jungle Update Maps contest. And it looks like the players are enjoying it quite a bit. Is it?
Yeah.
We liking it?
I like it a lot.
Yeah? Dan
it looks
likes
nice. I like Koth as a map type.
I hear the beat. That's because you have the gunslinger. Come on.
That's true. I did see you running around with that.
I am using it to its full effect right now.
Void did our map that we used for Source Filmmaker last year, Camp Redmond, which assets of that have been recycled, I think, for Slasher or one of his Halloween maps. I can't quite remember.
Okay. How else are... I mean, our players, Scott, what about you? What are you playing on here? Playing your main?
Yeah, Scout.
Oh, try hard.
It's Koth.
I keep thinking you're a spy. I don't know why you're not using a babyface blaster, but like moving slower.
It'd be cool to play spy. I think the chat would like to see it. Twitch chat, do you want to see Scotch play spy? Streamer, play spy.
All of your people that are watching are going to leave if I play spy.
There's a golden
That's
pan
what we're going for.
in the Staxi on this server.
Hey, who wants the pan? The golden pan?
Dane
Every time
earlier.
I see it, I keep picking it up. Every time
I saw
see
you
it.
taunting in front of it earlier, which was kind of weird.
Well, I mean, I'm using somebody else's config, so I just keep pressing buttons until something happens.
So we have up next, and we'll check back in with the players, but we have friend of ours, Sedimentary Stocks, a TF2 artist and 3D modeler. Are you there with us, Sedimentary Stocks?
Hey.
Seti.
Hey. Do you have Seti. I was going to ask, is there like a short nickname version? Is Seti the
Well,
nickname?
he might hate it, but he's just not telling me.
Yeah?
Generally Seti's okay.
Seti. Is there a better one, or should we just go with Seti?
Seti's generally the good one.
Seti. Okay. So, Seti actually, who, as a matter of fact, talking about this year's event, made this year's medals. So that's a fantastic thing. Thank you for that. So welcome to the show. How are you doing here on the... Oh, there he is. He's playing his demo man. Is that your main? Are you a demo main?
I don't have a main. I just
do your
play
thing.
everything.
Play everything. Jack of all trades. So why don't you tell us, I mean, you are someone, I guess, that does kind of all kinds of stuff. And, you know, we have Uber Chain here on the couch who knows you. And some of us know you because you've been doing work for the event. But, I mean, what did you want to talk about? I can kind of just give you the floor here. Do you want to talk about what you do? Or did you have particular topics?
Well, I could talk about the medals, but I also did some props for this map, Lazarus.
Okay.
So I could talk about that.
Yeah, sure, of course. I mean, we're right on it here right now. So what kind of stuff did you do? Because some people, when they hear that someone's an artist, they're like, well, what does that really mean? Or that you're a 3D modeler, they're like, well, what even is that? It can be hard to visualize. So yeah, I mean, talk a bit, like, what kinds of things did you do for this map in particular?
Well, generally it was just like, well, Void would come to me, ask me for whatever prop he needed, and then I'd try and get it done.
So like what? Like
Usually,
examples, like trees, or what are we talking about?
I didn't actually do the trees on this, but there's a lot of like stone lanterns and stuff scattered about, which I did. And there's also a lot of edits of original models, like the spawn doors and stuff. Just whatever he needed, he'd come to me and then ask me for it, and I'd try and get it done as soon as possible so he could outpass it.
You saved. You're the go-to guy. We'll see if we can see some of those things here on the screen, the doors and whatnot. But that's really cool. I mean, I think there's a real appeal to that when you can do the work and see it then come together in a full map. You're not the mapper yourself, but when you're helping and sort of, I guess furnishing isn't the best word, but you know, it's a big role. I mean, the maps look. You know, there's a reason that maps don't use dev textures because it looks stupid and bad. And, you know, you want real textures and things and real nice props.
The jump community would like to have a word with you.
yeah, maybe. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's fantastic, important work. We see some of the stone stuff there. Weedhoof was just near some of these pillars and stuff. I mean, it looks gorgeous. What other kind of work and stuff have you done that comes to mind? Like, what are some highlights of what you've done so far?
Hats.
Hats?
Yeah, a lot of hats.
Yeah. Like what? Any examples? Any shout-outs to some of your work, or are you too humble?
I did the airborne attire in the rainy day case, which is the latest one.
That's the latest,
which I worked
yeah.
on with Coulter.
Yeah.
And I helped make models for the two community taunts that got in the Christmas update.
Oh, cool. For the
No
taunts.
Names Left did the animation for.
Cool.
So shout out to him for letting me do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is kind of cool. I mean, it's like it sounds like you kind of get to do all types of different things. You get in on, you know, like hats, medals, and maps, and kind of it really is kind of like a jack of all trades thing. Do you like the variety of it, or what appeals to you the most about it?
Yeah, getting asked to do a lot of stuff is really nice because, you know, it's just variety and you don't get bored of it. And I'm fortunate to have made a lot of friends in the community that want me to do various things for their projects. Like I also helped out on Frontline last year.
Okay.
Helped create props for that, and I was super lucky to be asked by the team to help with that. And that was like my big break in terms of getting into maps and stuff, because so many talented people on that, and just made friends with a lot of them.
So if you had to give advice, I mean, there's probably a lot of people watching that are thinking to themselves, well, I'm an artist and I can do maybe a little bit of 3D stuff, or maybe they haven't even done 3D stuff. I got to imagine there are a lot of tutorials and resources and stuff out there. Would you have any specific advice for people that maybe think, God, that sounds pretty friggin' cool? What would you say to them?
Well, there's some free 3D software which I use called Blender, which is generally a great starting point for people who just want to get into it. And there's a couple of guides out there for TF2 specifically, like Hell Jumpers guides. I think there's a YouTube video of it, and he walks you through like the process of making a hat. So that's a great place to start if people want to get right into TF2. But in terms of just 3D in general, there's a ton of websites out there, like stuff like Blender Cookie and Blender Guru will teach you the software itself, which I think is really important to learn before you start making TF2 stuff, just to get a grasp of the basics.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, if you look hard enough, I mean, I guess there's a lot. But it's cool that there are free resources. And I mean, Blender is a pretty standard, widely used thing. This isn't like a bootleg, crappy little program, right?
Nah, people give it a lot of flack because it's free, but it's actually really powerful. So people go, "Oh, you use Blender? I didn't know you could make good stuff in that," but it's just as good as all the others.
Cool. Well, so before we move on, then, did you have anything else that you wanted to mention, or shout-outs or anything like that?
There's the TF2 Emporium group on FacePunch and on the forums, and we also have a Discord server. So if anybody who's new to TF2 item creation and wants some advice, they could drop by that thread or our Discord, and usually we can try and help out.
Cool. TF2 Emporium. I'm sure if they do a search for that, they'll find it. It's on FacePunch, and like you said, the Discord too. Thank you for joining us here on the event. Maybe one of these days we'll get you here in person. What do you think?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you very much. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. So during all the excitement here, a couple things that we want to talk to before we move on. We actually reached our incentive for the Scout VA. That is Nate Vetterline, who was a part of the show last year. He's the voiceover artist for the Scout in the game. He is going to be doing a pub in character as the Scout. That incentive was reached, that $5,000. So that's really friggin' exciting. I'm into that. So that's that. And the other thing, there are a lot of donations. I can even maybe read some of these as we go, because some of the people from these communities are kind of checking in. And, doing we have Bloodus from ETF2L. $20 donation here that says, greetings from the ETF2L admin team. I've been watching Tip of the Hats for every year now since 2014, and it's been a special thing for me to wait for every year. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to participate as much on this one due to being busy at this time. Hope every community member playing there at this moment can give a good show to everyone here watching. Special shout out as well to everyone on the admin team of ETF2L, also to everyone working for Tip of the Hats every year now to make it more special year by year. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. We had, let's see, $10 from Anonymous saying, looking for that Nate Vetterline goal. We reached it. We did it. We got there. $100 from Clark, who said, keep the money train rolling. $150 from Shy. Says, all the love to the many people working on TotH. You guys are the best. I hope everything goes well. What else have we got here? $100 from Andrew121. Said, why did GL change his haircut? My Steam emote is devalued now. Sell. Keep up the good work, guys. Now, why did you get a haircut? That's not... We have control over your life, not you.
Long hair is hard to take care of, and it takes long to dry. I like how I look with shorter hair, so...
We had $15 from Destrologer, who says, knock, knock, open up the door, it's Geel.
Yep.
The DMX song.
Geel gonna give it to you.
So that's some donations. We can get some more of those later on. The last crew here, I don't know if this is the last, but the next crew that we have here, looks like two people that we have sitting at the computers over here. This is Scott Shaw and Uncle Dane covering TF crew. And Julander was supposed to be here too, but I don't know, he fell out of a van or something. I don't know where he is.
He donated to us.
Yeah, he did donate. Where is he now, though?
A bunch of fat donations.
He couldn't make it his anniversary.
His anniversary.
Congratulations
not important
to
as
him.
the TF2 anniversary, 10 years. Julander.
That's another important anniversary.
No, just kidding. Life is important.
Yeah.
So, TF crew, what is that? Is that something cool that we should know about?
It's just a group that I started last year, basically covering. It's like I guess you could just call it a collaboration group.
Like a street gang.
Yeah, like a street gang. We roll around.
We roll
throw
around
out
in the
TF
mud.
crew gang signs.
Oh yeah, Julander's here. Julander!
Woo!
Hello, it's me.
Yay!
Hello, boy.
We found him. So you're part of the crew as well. We finally found you. Is that true? Are you guys a crew that roll around in the mud, or?
Yep, we roll around.
Yeah, we roll. We roll.
Says here that you guys are brothers who are plumbers in the Mushroom Kingdom. Is that correct?
No, I think you might have a different Wikipedia.
Actually.
Really? Is that?
How did you know that?
Did we change it?
So what kinds of things do you guys do? I know you all have kind of like Twitter accounts and stuff like that, and sometimes you're associated with various events. I mean, how would you describe it to people? Why should this matter to people? And I don't mean that in a funny way, but you know, like give us the lowdown here.
Well, basically,
Sure. So from what like I kind of understand from what Dane and Grizz when they founded it and how it is currently, it's just kind of a community of content creators who love TF2 who kind of want to promote the game through various ways. So we've had like streams planned. I think we did one big group stream in the past. We like want to like sponsor events maybe possibly in the future, that kind of stuff. Basically like promote the community and get involved if we can as content creators.
Begins in 60 seconds.
Cool.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Actually, another thing that I was considering, I might have talked to you guys.
Am I the only one here? Do we not have Dane and Scott?
Can you hear
me?
me?
Oh yeah, we have them.
Yeah,
Maybe you can't hear them. They're not in the mix. I'm sorry. Dane was just talking. Sorry, Ju.
Rip. Okay.
Yeah. What were you saying,
Yeah,
Dane?
it's just very quiet for me.
That's okay. You got to live with that quietness, man. What were you saying, Uncle Dane?
I was just talking about like another thing that we were planning on adding to our to-do list as far as like TF Crew stuff to get involved in was the competitive community. I was considering, because there are a lot of people who sponsor competitive teams nowadays, but I kind of wanted to add TF Crew to that list of people. So I was considering doing a TF Crew like invite team. I wouldn't be playing it, obviously. I'm not skilled enough, but I would definitely get 6 very talented gamers from around the world to do, I don't know, to represent in
to do that
in a team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you hear Dane now? Julander just say watermelon for a second.
Say
Dane?
watermelon.
Watermelon.
Oh,
I'm
all
saying
right.
like
Nailed it.
Watermelon.
Cool. That's pretty cool. I'm into that. And I mean, Scotchaw, you're not good either, but I mean, that's an exciting thing, wouldn't you think? Are you interested in competitive?
No, not in the least.
You're not interested in it,
Not
even at
even
all?
in looking
I don't
at
mean
it?
in
No,
playing.
no,
Like
yeah,
to
not in
look
playing.
at?
To look at, it's very fun and nice.
It's fun to look at.
Yeah.
But then it makes me question my life, and then I don't want to play video games.
It's a lot of
So,
it's a lot of
Question your life.
dedication to
Holy.
be
You
good
know?
at this game.
Yeah, it is a lot of dedication. How about you, Julander? Are you good? I shouldn't say his name. He's cloaked right now, guys. You should try to find him. Where am I?
I don't think I'm that good, but I do play. But I don't think I'd fit in that kind of setting. But it would be cool to see us sponsor a team just for the fact that our name would be on it. And see how the guy just got arrowed. Wow.
What just killed you? Yeah, what the heck? You were on camera there.
You just,
you were a second away and you just fell down dead. Heart disease.
Sorry guys,
weird.
I should have gone to the doctor.
All that
earlier.
smoking that the spy does finally caught up.
But so then, if people want to keep up to date on this and see, if you do end up sponsoring, say, an invite team in North America or something like that, what's the best way to stay abreast of that? Is there a group or something, or is Twitter the best way, or what can people do to stay up to date?
We don't really have an official Twitter, but you can definitely follow my Twitter.
Whoa.
I mean,
I
I
see
am
what
the
this is all
owner
about.
of. Yeah, this is all just to get me out there. But
What about Scott Joe? If they want to follow his Twitter?
no, don't follow his Twitter.
No.
All he does is
What?
complain
Yeah,
about
don't
Overwatch.
follow
all day.
his or Dane's. You should follow mine.
What's Julander? What do you do on yours? Cat photos?
Yeah, no, photos of cats in little Jewish hats. Very cute. We have yarmulkes for cats on my Twitter.
Okay.
Cats and Jewish.
But
I
as soon as
found
we-
out very recently, I asked Julander on Twitch chat, I was like, are you a Jew? And he said, yes, I am. I'm like, okay, because that would be weird if you weren't. That would be
No, I would be. That would be such a really rude thing of me to do if I wasn't. To be honest.
very strange. He is indeed a Jew. I feel a lot better now.
I'm glad that I could soothe your conscience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. Well, that's cool. So, I mean, I guess if people want to, follow a bunch of arguing, bickering grown men on Twitter, they can know where to find you guys.
Exactly. Well,
that
yeah.
sounds perfect. Actually, that's the best description
And
ever.
as we do get it more involved in like more things over the coming months, then we'll definitely come up with a more active Twitter. I think we do have a Twitter. Just
get an official Twitter. It's easy to do. You just
we
get
have to, there's somebody with the TF Crew Twitter. It's just he hasn't been active in like 5
who is it?
years.
King Raja?
Yeah, probably he sniped it.
Yeah. Well, we'll get them to snipe that back, hopefully, and
Thank you. Get your best men on it.
get that going. So since you're not here in person, Julander, did you have any shout-outs or things you wanted to say? This is your time to shine.
Oh my goodness gracious, I'm being on the spot. Okay. No, not really, to be honest. I wasn't even planning on being here today originally, so this was kind of a spur of the moment thing. But thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, and taking a chance to talk to us about our stuff, because that's always nice. And yeah, you guys doing good work here.
Cool. Well, we're happy that you were able to come join us. We thought we didn't have you, and then they said, Julander's here. That was my mom in the production room saying that you were here. So
My goodness, your mom.
thanks. Yeah.
Get a mom.
Yeah, but no,
Get 'em
thank you,
all.
Juliana, for joining us. And people, I'm sure if they don't already know, you're a content creator, as are these clowns over here as well. So people can find you online at TF2 Juliander. If they just, I mean, people know how to Google these days, right?
Yeah, it's on Google. Just search me up. Yeah, you'll find me. It's on Twitch.
Juliander. Well, thank you for coming, and we'll let you go, and we'll continue pumping here with your two buddies. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right, guys. Yeah.
Bye.
Cool. Right, so let's see. We have the update, which is that our Day 2 incentives have all been closed now, and our Day 3 incentives have been open now. So there's some interesting ones on there. One that catches my eye is Sideshow and the Carolina Reaper. Now, here's the description, because this is make my stomach feel woozy. Tipping the Scoville scale at 1.4 million to 2.2 million Scoville heat units, the Carolina Reaper will be facing off against the indomitable Sideshow in a battle to the death. It's the scariest thing I've ever heard in my life. Wow. That's a $5,000 incentive, as pretty much all the incentives have been, nearly all of them. And so that is open now, and that will be open. That'll be closing tomorrow afternoon. So keep those donations coming in. We're almost at $85,000 here now. Keep it going. There's still a whole hell of a lot of a day left, and we're not even halfway through the day yet. So keep that coming on through. The other would be the voice jammer for Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. And if you watched last year's Tip of the Hats, you saw this last year. The voice jammer, if you don't know what that is, you can go and Google it. People know how to Google, don't they? Shoutouts to Google, by the way, for sponsoring the entire show. Not really.
Mike.
Essentially, it's something you do with headphones where you get a loop back of the things that you're saying in your own ear, but on a slight delay. See, your brain is used to hearing your own voice through your ears. When you have nothing on, it hears it right away. But when you add that slight delay and you hear yourself talking while you're still trying to talk, it throws your brain completely off. It's not, you just sound like a mush ball. Yeah, like a dummy. And so the incentive is to, we did it to the contestants last year on Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. That's going to be fun. That incentive closes tomorrow night. That's a $10,000 incentive, and I know that we can get there, and I know that we will get there. Keep the donations coming through. Yeah, that's exciting. I can't wait for that. And we didn't hit the voice jammer thing for Bridge Crew, so let's get it for Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Please, I know Twitch chat is probably begging for it right now. You know, voice jammer or riot. I don't know what that means. I've never seen a riot in a Twitch chat. It's just text.
You're about to see one.
Yeah. What is
Figure
that?
it out. Hopefully we won't have to find out.
Yeah. Get a science.
Sounds
We're getting to get a science in chat. I'm a scientist. Isn't that terrifying? We have a donation here from Freddie TF2, $100 and 69 cents. What a peculiar number. And what is the meaning of that, I wonder?
Freddie
Freddie
a TF
Mercury's
crew
birthday.
member.
He's a TF crew member, yeah. Well, his message here is TotH is, in my opinion, the purest and most wholesome thing to come out of the TF2 community. They get happy, tingly feelings every year when it comes around. Skipping food this month to throw some money at you. Much love to everyone involved, and special shout out to my boys from the crew. Guys, I'm really worried about you, Freddie. You shouldn't skip food.
You need food to survive.
And if you're having tingling, it could be a nerve problem. You might want to... Dr. Q puts down $10 and says, please tell Lauren Mala that I say hi and I miss her. You're all great. Let's see how much we can raise for the kids. I will pass on the message to our... Oh, there she is. Hello. She's on the
Hi,
computer.
Dr. Cube.
Hey, gamers. So how's the gaming going? We haven't heard anything from Lauren at all. Hey, Mala.
Hi, sorry.
This
I
is your
was
first
eating at
time.
the
This is
beginning.
your first appearance on the show, I think, this year,
It
is it?
is, I believe.
How is everything?
Going well. I haven't played TF2.
Speak right into the microphone there. Use your outside voice a little bit.
Am I not loud enough?
Yeah,
How's that?
yeah. You just have a meek little voice. That's okay.
Little voice.
We
That's me.
understand it.
Mhm.
So what's let's see. What map what are we doing here now? I don't recognize this one.
This is called Overgrown. It's actually by Yuki Crash.
Oh,
Yeah, Yuki Crash.
That's
how you pronounce that one.
Nope.
Well,
So
nobody
Dane, are
asked
you
you.
playing your main class in this the whole time? Can we get Dane to play some different
The
things?
only time I switched off of engineer was when we were playing Trainsaw Laser because Crash decided to no-build the entire map.
What?
So I couldn't build anything.
An amateur.
And I was like, I said this to him in chat. I was like, you know, you have trains flying from the sky. You have saws everywhere. You have trains everywhere. But mini sentries is where you draw
That's
the line.
a no-no. Don't try building stuff.
No.
Not on this map, pal.
That just makes it too overpowered.
Theo Gods put down $10 and said to GL with your stream, thanks for the fun. Go, 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 Dane.
All
Go,
right.
go, go. Remember that from the game?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I want to give a shout out. Someone said it here in a look at this. $30 from Clambelly says, adding a drop to the tip bucket, hat tip to Mana for tipping me off to Tip of the Hats. And I know that Mana is someone that was attending the party downstairs, the viewing party. If people are watching downstairs in the esports arena, hello.
Hi.
I don't know if we, maybe the technology exists that we could get a camera down there for tomorrow or something like that, or audio even that we could, you know, get a crowd, a reaction shot, and get them to scream at us or something like that. I know there's not a whole lot of people down there. It's not the same as a big tournament or event that there's like 100 people sitting around. It's more like, you know, 10 or 12 or 15, 20 people, but. And they're kind of in and out to go for lunch and stuff like that. But we're really thrilled that people are here in the downstairs and they're able to come and meet some of the people and whatnot. When I get a break, I want to go down and see who I can find. And we were chatting to some of the people last night, actually. When we left, they were hanging around and just,
They gave us food.
They
They
gave us
fruit.
Fruits.
And spicy
foods.
mango.
Okay.
And peas.
Oh, that's where those came from.
Not the peppers,
Yeah.
though.
They were
The
delivered.
peppers are something else.
Those are dangerous.
Oh, yes.
Oh, bananas.
I can't wait.
Well, yeah, the Carolina Reapers, you don't want to eat those, pal.
Sideshow does.
Sideshow
And he
does
will
want to.
if
We got to
we
get
get the
that.
right money.
Yeah, we got to get that incentive. You can stay up to date on where all the incentives are. Actually, at the bottom of the screen, they pop up here periodically. $10 from Lightbringer says, "Hello, Mr. Whale." I think that's another person that'll be joining us here for the viewing party downstairs. It'd be cool to meet him. $30 from Rex the Mad Dog says, "Noise." $50 from Cisco, or Cisco possibly. It's great to see the event growing year after year. Much love and respect. And there are just chock full of donations here. I gotta catch up because we were just too busy talking to people about their websites and stuff. Or talking about how they're not good at the game if they're sitting over there with a beard. $30 from
Sounds familiar.
Who knows? Tritonus, $30. Hey, everybody. Just want to say kudos to everyone involved with Tip of the Hats for organizing and running the event. As well, all the lovely people who donate their hard-earned cash to give those kids a chance to have some fun. Hope everyone has a great day. We're only, like I said, we're not even halfway through the day yet. We got tons more stuff. Tons more. That's how I talk. It's my new voice
No,
I'm
it's
doing.
not.
I like it.
Tons more.
You got to read the next donation in that voice.
How the poem. $110 from Andy Thibault says, "I always look forward to Tip of the Hat. Such a great event for a game that has changed my life for the better. Keep up the great work, you guys. You're doing a great job. The lighting guy." Thank you.
He's really good at lighting. He does a lot of Source Filmmaker stuff as well. Huge inspiration.
You want to be known as the lighting guy, I guess you got to be good.
He's really good at it.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Ness, calm down.
Really good
Guys,
at it.
Uberchain's freaking out.
He's so... Everybody should watch Andy Thibault's stuff.
Yeah.
And just look at the lighting in those shorts.
Well, thank you for the donation, Andy. We have $100 from a friend of mine, a friend of some of ours that we know, Vitos. Says, "I've been watching and donating since the first TotH. So amazing how much this thing has grown over the years. Sending lots of love out to the kids and staff at Camp One Step, the TotH team, the TF2 community for making this all possible." Thank you, Vitos. Ding is here, has $50 and says, "Thanks to the dudes in the community who made what started as a very rough year for me a very smiley one." Can I get some smiles in the chat? I think we can get some smiles in the chat for you.
Better than Riot.
Charlie put $10 and said, "My name is Jeff." Okay, that's funny. Good one. Thanks for the money, though.
I almost sneezed. Sorry.
Guys, make sure you keep putting your 3-year-old memes into your donation messages. We love them. Keep
His
them
name
coming.
might just be Jeff.
Yeah, his name
Yeah,
might
what
be
if his
Jeff.
name's Jeff?
What if he's
Still
Jeff?
make fun
We
of him.
have a
I
Jeff.
closed it down. I don't think it was Jeff.
What if it's Jeff?
You know, doesn't matter. If your name's Jeff, you're not allowed to say that's your name anymore. Give it a few years.
Mike, you know what they say about assumptions,
Say
right?
Jeffrey.
Don't do it.
Put it down as Jeffrey, maybe.
Jeffrey?
Yeah. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Let's refresh this, see what else we got coming through here.
Crocodile's like hard drives have names.
Oh, I name all my computers, yeah.
Yeah, so his hard drive's name was Jeffrey.
My PC is called Donatello.
Is it?
Yeah.
What was your PC before that called?
I've named my past 2 PCs Donatello.
Okay.
I have no originality.
That's very efficient, to be fair.
Yeah. Although, and my cell phone is called Steve Harvey.
Why?
Steve Harvey's the host of Family Feud.
That's a great reason.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
That's
really.
it?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, hell no. He does all hell no, but he does it. He's really carved it out as his own brand, separate from Will Smith, who also likes to say that phrase.
So does your old Donatello get jealous of the new Donatello?
My old one was in a landfill years ago. It's an old. I brought it to Staples to be recycled. You know, guys, make sure that if you are disposing of your old electronics, bring them to an authorized recycler, or a store like Staples or Micro Center or wherever that recycle electronics. There are heavy metals. You don't want to pollute the environment with those. You want to bring those to the appropriate place.
Don't want to throw your back out carrying those heavy metals.
You don't want to throw your back out carrying those heavy metals. Can we get a can we rank that joke, Twitch chat? We're gonna get a ranking on that Jill gag there.
Thank you for the PSA.
So Uncle Dane is playing engineer. Boring.
Yeah, find someone else.
I like this kitchen.
If people want to make a donation and give suggestions of what classes they'd like to see Uncle Dane play, or weapons or loadouts, same goes for any of the other players as well. Put them in a donation, and the donation readers will put maybe some of those through, and we can get some shenanigans going. Because nobody wants to see. It's like it's like Furrytech winning everything. Everyone's sick of it. Nobody wants to see Uncle Dane play engineer. Seen it a trillion billion times.
It's okay.
Do something interesting. We have 15 anonymous dollars. Says hi Sean, and hi Ozzy.
Hi Sean.
Hi Sean.
Don't forget Ozzy too, guys. Okay.
Hi Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Hi Ozzy.
Also, hi little Sean. Whenever he's old enough to see this,
I'm sure he'll watch all the
Little
VODs.
tiny Sean.
Who's little Seon?
You don't know. He doesn't know yet.
Oh,
I know,
wait.
he doesn't know.
I'll stop
He doesn't
talking.
know. You know, right?
It's a little bud.
Little baby bud. Soon.
Baby bud.
We're hoping for the best.
$24 from Raisin. Shout out to Quacken, Mela's biggest fanboy. Okay.
I believe him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out. $50 from Trait. Zero says day 2. Thank you guys for everything. Best. $100 from Josephus says love what you guys are doing. Keep up the great work. We're not at 85,000 yet. Let's come on. I know that we're in the middle of the event, and this is sort of the slump where people are, I guess on the East Coast they're probably like eating dinner and stuff now or whatever. But keep this coming. We can't remind you enough times how important the charity is. And Camp One Step, we'll be hearing more, like I said, throughout the weekend on what they do and whatnot. But there's a very real effect on people's lives. Not only on the kids that are suffering from cancer that can go to camp and just forget about that stuff, make friends, and be with really family. Like the friends they meet at camp are their family for years. But their real, biological families benefit as well. Everyone benefits. It's such a fantastic cause. We can't say it enough, so I just wanted to mention that again. If you can't afford something big, you can go to our web store as well. This is brand new this year, shop.tipofthehats.org, where if you can't afford like a hoodie or a shirt or something like that, we get that. Some people are young. Like when I was in grade 10 or 12 or whatever, I didn't really have money to get a friggin' hoodie. I might have wanted one, but you can get smaller stuff. You can get pins or you can get stickers. The profit from those also goes to benefit the charity. And the small amounts, there you go.
Well, we can't really see it. From here, Mike. Why don't you go and...
I could walk right up to the camera maybe and do it.
Do you want to
you
do
can
that?
do that one over
Here.
there too.
Yeah, let's do that. So somebody say like the Price is Right stuff, because I don't have my microphone on, okay? Someone has to talk.
Has anybody seen Price is Right?
Nope.
I haven't.
What is that?
So this is our keychain, a PVC material, and it's of our character Sally.
Oh.
As the camera does not autofocus.
Hang
so,
on. It's coming.
All right, move back a little, Mike. Is it manual?
Oh,
That's
okay.
probably it.
Okay, look online. There's good pictures online.
Right, so here we have a keychain of one of our Tip of the Hats mascots. This is Sally.
Oh, there we
You've
go.
probably seen her in a couple of our promotional pieces. So this keychain is around how much now?
15, I believe.
It's $15, and if you turn it around too,
It's got a little
let's get that
lid on
there,
the
Mike.
back.
All right, we've got a tipped lid on the back that says 2017. And yeah, if you want one of those, you can check it out at shop.tipofthehats.org. We also have a few stickers with us, so if you're interested in a holographic foil Tip of the Hat sticker, as well as our Polaroid and the classic Tip of the Hat's charity heart, you can also get that. And we have a bunch of other stickers as well. We also have TotH
they're-
Potato.
Right,
James.
it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to see from here, but we do have 2 more on the side.
We have quite a few stickers around the set. If you guys have been paying attention to our set, you might notice there's TotH Potato peeking around, as well as TotH Lang.
Hot
So-
Lang, I call them.
So if
Thank
you're-
you, Dashna, for helping us
Yes,
get
thank
the
you very
focus
much.
going there. So yeah, guys, they look really cool. I know that it's hard to sort of see them here on the table, but
We also
they're
have
nice.
we
They're
also
very
have
nice.
a pin. They
Yes.
didn't ship to us on
Yes.
time, but we do have a mock-up of that available on the shop.
Yep.
And they are going to. Jazzbut's also worked on all of these, by the way.
That's what you rule. She's humble, but
She
rules.
also did our emotes, by the way. So every
Thank
one of the
you.
emotes that keeps coming out, she's been doing them live here and pushing them out.
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, just tweet me. You know, we have a lot of slots opening up, like pretty much a couple.
You guys are great.
Like
yeah,
every day.
we got 10 slots yesterday, right?
Yeah, we got 10 new slots. There's still 1 more I haven't filled yet, so if you do have a suggestion, let us know.
Yeah, let her tweet Miss_Jazzbutt. Everybody give some TotH hearts to Jazzbutt.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing this.
And help us fill our slots.
Yes.
$25 from Starman Omega that says, donating to this great cause. Hope everyone is doing really good. I don't know if that's how they intended it, but you know. Jesting, $111.11. Keep up the good work, guys. And keep those item donations coming as well. When I get a break here in a little bit, I'm going to be able to go and donate some of my CSGO skins as well as some TF2 items, same as I did last year, because I want to get my in-game pin. We haven't mentioned the in-game pin in a long time. You get, I mean, that's one of the cool things, because these are limited edition in-game medals. It's a pin, but also a metal cut. Yeah, you know, it goes on the chest like
It's
this.
shiny,
and you
it's
go,
beautiful. They have little tears on them, so.
Yep. There's 3 different tiers depending on how much you donate. I believe that all that information's right on the donate page. Yeah, we're just gonna we're solving a technical thing here right now, but we're still here. Hi.
It's very dark.
It's very dark. It's been a power outage. No, not really. But yeah, so guys, keep those coming. We've hit $85,000 now, but you know, that's not the finish line. You know, past years we've made hundreds of thousands of dollars for the charity, and we're really stoked on it. So keep it coming through. If you have stuff you could spare, just give it.
I
Just
spared
give it.
quite a bit, actually. I think I'm getting the silver medal this time around.
Nice.
What happened is that the EU versus NA 6v6 donation war was going on. So I pushed a lot more money than I thought I would.
That's what
for
I've
my
done
lads.
every year.
For my lads. And then somebody came in with the last minute $500 donation.
Yeah, I can remember 2 or 3 years ago, probably. Or yeah, it must have been before we did it in person. So it was, I guess, 3 years ago that I was watching from work and I was donating, and I just kept donating again and again to the various incentives and stuff. And before, like, I think I intended to give like $100, and it ended up being like over 200 because great cause.
Generous Mike.
You definitely know it's definitely going to a fantastic place, 100%. So keep it coming, guys, and we love reading your comments. No suggestions yet for Uncle Dane. I guess people do like seeing you play NG after all. Go
Yeah, who
figure.
knew?
How about that? Yeah, yeah. No one knew that. We did hatless NGs yesterday. That was a little bit of fun. But you're wearing the hat. People won't know you're Uncle Dane until you wear your hat.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Everybody knows I'm playing right now, so I can
Sometimes-
put on my hat.
Sometimes I make my name Uncle Dane on stream and just, you know, go
Yeah.
around and play mediocre engineer and just
Sometimes you change your stream title to Kill Uncle
kill
Dane.
Uncle Dane.
Even when I'm not streaming.
I don't know. We just, for some reason, we came up with it as a funny thing that we just thought it'd be
That's
fun.
not funny at all. Murder
But no,
is
see,
not.
no, listen, it's not to do with real life killing.
Okay.
The idea
That's
was
good to know.
The idea was that whenever I would see that Uncle Dane was streaming as well at the same time as me and playing on a pub server, I would try to go on the same pub server as him and kill him, and that was the trick. And I'd
Only-
go and taunt like a cool guy.
Only Uncle Dane though.
Yes, only Uncle Dane. But you know what? It never worked because he was always either playing MVM, which you can't join, or like right as I would try to join, he would have to like go to the grocery store for milk or some crap. So never got
A
to
gallon
kill
of
him.
milk, yeah.
Gotta get the gallon of milk.
Gallon of milk. Let's see. We have $20 here from Lumi, who says, Uncle Dane, please play NG more. Dab on the haters, as the hip kids are saying. What do you mean, play it more?
Play it, I mean, the amount I'm playing it right now, I should just
play it more than that.
I think that's what he's saying.
Riot donated $1 and said, play not NG. That's not helpful at all.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. We have $100 from We're All Trollgers Now, who says, Uncle Dane should play Medic. That's $100.
That's a good
Dane.
idea, actually.
Do it up, please.
Not where I thought
Always
that was
use
going.
more medics.
Have to get rid of this guy if you don't listen to us. How about this? $25 from the Supreme Commander. Hi, Aaron. Thanks for being awesome and keep doing it.
Aw.
There you
thank
go.
Aaron.
You're one of your work partners there.
Oh, God.
Yep. Yep.
Now, we had another one for $15 from just a random dude that said, Uncle Dane, play 10th class, please. But actually, play Sniper with a Guitar Hero guitar. Also, hugs for everyone. I don't think he can do any of those things, but he's playing Medic now because someone put down a Benny. Benjamin Franklin is on the $100 bill, I believe.
See, I got confused about that because I'm
Yeah.
Canadian and you're.
I'm Canadian
but you're
too,
Canadian,
but I,
yeah. But
I
you're
know
educated.
Things. I know things.
I'm not educated.
Not that you don't know things. You know a lot of things.
No, I'm not educated. You should educate me about things.
I'll educate you about something because Dr. Cube donated $5 and says, Getawell, will you please tell us about deep vein thrombosis? I'm worried about the viewers of the stream sitting for too long. Well, I'm glad you asked Dr. Cube, who's not a doctor. Deep vein thrombosis is something that you can get if you sit for too long. Sometimes people get them on airplanes. Wait a sec, we'll stand up here in a sec. If you sit on like a long haul flight, 8 or 10 or 12 hours, you can get like a blood clot. It's called thrombosis, and it can be very dangerous or life-threatening. And so if you're sitting for long periods of time, it's good to get up and stretch it out. So we're going to get up and stand up right now. I don't know if you can. You might have to take your headsets off. But we're gonna get up and just kind of get it stretched here.
I'm just
and the
not-
viewers at home, you should do this as
I'm
well.
not gonna stand at all. Nope. Yeah.
Viewers at home, you should get up as well, and you just sort of stretch it out, stretch your back a little bit maybe. And maybe the players, if you want to do it as well, we could just stand it up, just get a little bit of leg stretching going, shake it out a little bit, because deep vein thrombosis, I mean, this is no bit, this is some serious stuff. And you don't want to get one of those. Even if you're young, you can still suffer from it. Every couple hours, you should get up and stretch it out. Production room as well. If you haven't stood up for a while, don't sit down for many,
Do you want
many
to use
hours.
mine?
All right. That's a lot better. Thank you, Dr. Cube, for reminding us about our health. It's very important to do that. So always remember to take a DVT break, and you won't die. I mean, you'll die sometime. Everyone's going to die sometime, right?
What?
What?
Except Geel.
I don't know about that.
Geel has so much refined metal, he'll never die. For a price.
He bought the secret to immortality.
Geel will never die. For a price. So, what else do we have? That was fun. We have more map information here about the, let's see, the current map. I don't know if this one is overgrown or not. Moss Rock, or is this Moss Rock?
This looks like over.
Never
I
played
think
this
it's
one.
Moss
No, this is a
Rock.
different
This is Moss Rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moss Rock was made by Freya, who just joined us earlier, who's the winner of the Major Contest 2 skill sets and reskinned for consideration for the Jungle update. So shout outs to Freya and some of these fantastic map makers. It's nice.
These maps are gorgeous.
We still digging it over there, gamers?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, it's nice.
What do you dig about it?
I dig the aesthetic of it. I like
Yeah.
all the wood. I like all of the jungle-themed things.
Mhm.
So,
Aaron, what do you like about it?
Oh, I like new maps. I mean,
Just the
playing-
variety of it.
Yeah, playing the
Hey.
same maps over and over again, it kind of, I don't know, gets boring
some
sometimes.
people love
I
it.
agree. Yeah, some people do like
Some
it.
people
Yeah.
have spent 5,000 hours on like 2
Yeah, some people.
That's me.
Some people just get on CTF Turbine and go engineer and sit in a corner and pound their thing for 8 hours for 10
do
years
what?
in a row. They pound their thing,
Amazing.
Jill. Did I
pound it.
stutter? We have some more donations here that we can go through. We have, let's see, $5 from Ben Klein. Said, all right, Dane, let's see at least a 5 kill streak with the short circuit. Well, it's too late for that. I mean, he's playing medic now. It's up to you, Dane,
Yeah.
if you want to try to do that. But I
I
don't
was
think
already.
he was
pretty
doing
much-
it.
I was doing a lot with the short circuit.
Did you get kill streaks with it?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I don't know if I got a 5 with it, but I definitely was killing people.
Maybe a 2.
Short circuit's good at killing people, actually. Does 20 damage.
$3 from Sudstrung, who says, Enclave Dean should play the random question mark class. Is that your name now?
I don't know who that is.
Enclave.
My name's Uncle Dane.
Dane, why does your name change so often?
Uncle
I see
Dane.
people spell
People
it
are so
differently.
dumb. They don't know how
people
to say it.
People just are uneducated, I guess. I have no idea why they keep doing it.
Mike, you should educate me on why people are uneducated.
My name is spelled Uncle Dane. Those are the letters.
UANCHL. $10 from Blank says, what did the losing medic say to the other team?
Hi.
You're making me lose my patience.
It's good.
Thank you, engineer. Medic says that too.
Robin Atkin Downs, is that you?
Yep.
Wow.
I'm going to saw through your bones. Those are just
Can
some
you
of
do
the
one
lines.
more?
What's that?
Can you do one more, actually? Yeah.
One more medic line?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
That was not medicine. Is that good?
Yeah.
Great.
Can I get a haha in
That's
chat?
getawhale
I'm
at
sure they are already
gmail.com.
doing
Oh,
it.
they're coming all right. The ha-has are out in full force. So guys, my sponsor me video, hire me, getawhale at gmail.com. Somebody said XD, XD, XD. Look at all that. Boy, oh boy.
Look at all those X's and D's.
Look at all the D's and the X's. Yep. $100 from Gothic Day. This is a long one, a more serious one. Hey guys, thanks for continuing to run this fantastic event. Earlier this year, my friend Blake passed away at around age 19 after a 4-year battle with cancer. Since then, TotH has been lurking on my mind, and I'm glad to see it come back this year. Me and the entire TF2 base are really fortunate to have this large community full of awesomely loving and caring people. Hashtag for the kids. Well, thank you for that Gothic Day. Appreciate that. It does. I mean, it's going to hit home with everybody here. You know what I mean? It's a terrible thing, but like it or not, cancer is something that is going to affect each and every one of us. If it hasn't already, it just will. That's the world. But there's fantastic charities like Children's Oncology Services Inc., who run Camp One Step, and we're thrilled that we're able to support it. I think everyone here has a story to tell, and you might have heard some of our stories in past years here on the event. And you know, we encourage people to keep donating and to keep, you know, we do want to know how it affects you. You know what I mean? We do like to hear those stories. So thank you for that. We appreciate that very much. We have $100 here from Gorge. It says, as a part of the jumping co-op race incentive, I cannot let the losing team, aka Team EU, survive after we crush them in the race. Team NA for the win. So we got smack talk happening already for the jumping segment, which is great, I think. I like that. $100 from N64 fan. Here's to the kids and to the awesome community. Happy to help as much as I can. We're happy that anyone can help as well. Get a whale, you need to get a whale. People are still saying that in chat. They think it's like the most creative thing they've thought of.
Will you get a whale, though? Will you get a whale, get a whale?
We have some item donations here. We have $15.20 from Uber. Sold some items to get keys to donate. I love the stream and what you guys are doing. Thank you, Uber. Let's see. We also oh! We got Bane time!
You
Yeah,
know
boy.
what-
Now, I'm not going to destroy the set this time, I promise. Ooh. He's gentle now with it. I'm afraid. Destroy the building. That's Bane time. We're going to wait for the message, which I'm sure will come through. It's a friend of mine and a friend of many of us we know. Oh, here it is. We've got it already. Bane time says, hi. That's it. No, just kidding. Hi. Thanks to everyone who puts effort into this event and to each donator. That's a good point. I've been around on the periphery of this community now for 2 or 3 years, and even though I've never had the chance to meet anyone in real life, I feel like I've made a lot of friends. Glad that we can all come together to donate to a great cause. best of luck and shout out to all the jumpers for the jump section tomorrow. Keep the donations coming, everyone. Thank you, Bane Time, and I'm sure we will. Much love to you. We giving love in chat? I know Twitch chat is smart enough to do that.
Can we get some TotH Bame Time in chat?
That's not an emote.
I can
Not
be.
yet.
Could be.
You can type it.
If
Well,
you
it's
keep,
not,
hey,
it's
if you
not
guys
going
keep
to be.
subscribing, we could make every emote ever.
That's true.
Can we
That's
get
not
some
true.
TotH Burb in chat?
Burberry. We had a donation from one of our own, Crocodile, $150. Ooh. Says, here comes my annual hundo. No, wait, hundo fitty. Everyone's been working super hard, and I'm proud of your style. Please don't die. I don't think anyone here is planning to die. Not today.
I can hear him shouting from outside.
He's booming in through the walls. This loud voice. Thank you for that. We appreciate that as well. Maybe I think what we'll do is we'll get a couple more of these donations read, and we're going to be setting up then for the next segment. I think we got a little bit of setup to do. So we had Grumpy Nuts, $5. Says, hi, Mike. I might come down and see you here in a second. Let's see. We have $5 from Asian Persuasion. Says, fun fact, you've raised over 1.5 million pesos. PogChamp. Ooh, pesos are cool. Peso. $20 from Blims as part 3, representing Switzerland. Hello, Switzerland. Good evening. How are you doing? Hello to all of Europe. Tell us your country if you're from somewhere. This one, I don't know if it's a joke or not because it's a GDQ thing. $14 from Dan, who says, keep up the great work for a good cause. Greetings from Germany. There's a running joke at the GDQ events of hello from Germany. Or and hello, and people use different countries, but we're just going to assume you're telling the truth. And then we have a big 151 from a anonymous donor. Says, people have been buying map stamps for Hellstone and Brimstone in the TF2 store, so here's some of that to a good cause. I've had cancer myself, so I know how it feels. Get well, it's possible. ICS. So I guess that's, I'm assuming that's the map creator or one of the creators who was part of those maps. So thank you for that.
I can't shoot.
I can't shoot. Okay, Geel tells us. Here we go. So I'll tell you what, as I mentioned, we have setup to do for our next segment. I want to thank the gamers here and thank the couch people here. So we're going to be taking a quick break here. We're still raring to go. We're only halfway through this day, but stay where you are. Keep the donations coming through. We're going to be back with you with another segment in just a moment or so, so do not go anywhere. We'll see you in a minute.